Welcome into the Sports Buffoons podcast. Yo, let's get it off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the world. Welcome on and back again, once again, to the Sports Buffoons studios here out of Lenexa, Kansas. And man, it is good to be back in the studio with you guys. I was out a couple weeks ago doing it off on my own little area, of course, while you guys held it down in here. So had some technical difficulties along the way, of course, but that's no surprise here on the Buffoons show. So we got Tanner Dawson, am I right?
I guess.
Jason JD to the left.
Yo.
You guys realize I only have technical difficulties with you guys?
Every time.
Legit.
Every time. So whatever you do in your spare time, it might be fine.
I do like 5 other podcasts on my other set over there. No problem. Right?
As long as no one's knocking over the lights, then everything's fine today. Let's just hope that we could keep that going. Well, I'm sure as I'm speaking right now, the lights are going to go out in the middle of the show. Kind of like we saw that at halftime of the Super Bowl and was it 2012 or so?
Yeah.
We're going to have one of those situations, I'm sure happens. So
Yeah, well, I think we just need to pay Tanner a little bit more as a producer. He needs more money, and then he'll stop having these epic failures.
Yeah.
That would be my vote. Let's just
That
give
would
him
help.
more money.
That would help. Although he's only paid me a little bit.
We tried to give him more money. We tried to train him how to be a professional gambler, but he didn't. He never came up with the bankroll.
Well, that's true. If he has more money, he'll be a better producer and bankroll for Baccarat.
Guys, just hit it. Just hit it.
So you get fired again, huh?
Oh, yeah. They always freak out when you leave the scene of an accident, you know?
So you get...
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm happy to announce, of course, this is the Super Bowl episode here with the Buffoons, of course. As you can see behind us, home of the Super Bowl 57 and 58 champions, going for that threesome. Did I say threesome?
You said threesome.
Nice.
Hey, that's what somebody actually said down in New Orleans.
Yeah. Hey, I get it, man. Speaking of that, before we dig into stuff, did you hear the terrible news about the reporter from Kansas City down there? Tanner, did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did.
The guy, he's 27 years old. He died.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it is terrible.
And it's now slowly developing that he was essentially drugged.
Right, by a prostitute.
And then they stole his card and his phone and got caught.
I saw a picture of the lady. It was not worth it.
No.
Not at all.
No.
That is terrible. I mean, if you're going to die from...
See,
It better be a 10 out of
It
10.
better be worth it. It was not worth it.
Better be a 10 out of 10.
She was known to do it at bars, to drinks.
Yeah.
And I think she spiked this drink he got in his car. And that's
No,
what happened.
she was seen leaving the hotel room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The cameras saw her leaving the hotel room. So,
Well, I don't know what to
so
say,
she was
man.
in the hotel for some reason.
Unless she drugged him enough that got their hotel room.
Well, they found her because she stole his credit card and was going around and buying random things around town. Like, no shit. Eventually, so not a very smart prostitute. Or reporter, for that matter. But I feel kind of bad for the guy because, apparently his wife died a year ago.
Oof.
And so, he's probably struggling a bit anyway. And
he has a kid.
Yeah, they had a daughter. So, yeah, terrible news. I mean, when I first heard about it, I was like, I was just shaking my head.
Yeah. That's why you don't watch the news, man. Just live in a cave. It's much easier.
Hey, sometimes
that way.
that helps. Just put your head in the sand like an anteater. You know, just don't even pay attention to anything going on. No, I thought that was crazy because obviously it's local. Just happened a couple days ago. So, yeah, just crappy stuff, man.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think New Orleans has been a pretty fun place for everyone to be at, and Media Day was pretty cool. Yeah. Other than a lot of the douchebag reporters out there who are asking terrible questions to Chiefs players.
As they always do. I mean, really, in the end, Jameis Winston was the high life.
Yeah. He seemed to be having fun. And, hey, Jameis did it right because he was being lighthearted, having fun, being goofy, but at the same time, I think players respect players,
Did you see the clip of him riding in the downtown New Orleans of him riding a bike? And he was singing, I Believe I Can Fly, but he says, I believe I can bike. And he had a microphone and a speaker in the carriage. And he was just blaring it out. That guy is a hero.
I like when he threw Travis Kelce a W.
He did.
And then he goes, I'm used to getting those intercepted anyway or something like that. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's true. He really did that, dude.
He did ask Andy Reid if he could come be a backup in Kansas City.
Hey.
Would you take him?
I'd take him.
You think Andy can get those turnovers down?
We got Carson Wentz. We had Chad Henne.
I think Andy would be the perfect coach for a guy like Winston because Andy's known for getting the quarterbacks who have turnover history whatsoever to get those numbers way down. And
I take Jameis. Easy.
QB2 next year, maybe. I don't know. I'd be okay with it.
There's nothing to fix. Like he already assured us that when he had the eye surgery, that there's no problem anymore. Well, like he can see now.
He didn't do 30 for 30, again. So that's kind of good. So
he's improving.
Yeah. So
so you say.
Man, otherwise, so guys, if you see this giant flag behind us, this came from a flagpole at my place of work, and it's gigantic. So that's
nothing illegal happened.
No,
okay? Just so you know, it was full consent.
It was offered.
Worst case scenario, it was cash under the table, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with.
But it's still not illegal.
But my favorite part about it is it's from Super Bowl 57. Just to remind all of the idiot Philadelphia fans out there who think it's going to be a blowout of who whooped their ass last time.
Can we also say the idiot Chiefs radio morning guys who think this is going to be a blowout?
Well, Fesco does this, Tanner.
All of them did it. All of them.
Okay,
they gave
the
some
blind
points.
leading the blind a little bit.
He does it every year.
But it was like everybody had like a 20-point blowout.
Right, so those morning guys, it's the blind leading the blind a little bit. They're a bunch of clowns, and they know they're clowns. But it's like being part of the Buffoons. We know we're buffoons, and then we get away with it because we express it. It's okay. Well, no, I mean we're going to give you guys our score predictions later in the show, of course. But
so for reference, Fesco, the big morning guy here, Kansas City, essentially it was like a 36-0 prediction. He has a blowout, essentially. No, and they don't even score a point.
But he's been saying that all week too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but they got to talk to I think it was Diana Rossini from ESPN.
That's when I was listening.
And once he got to talk to her, I'm sure he just got a big heart on. He was like, "Oh, let's just start saying some ridiculous stuff."
She's also from the same Jersey area that he is, so she hates Philadelphia just as much as him.
Yeah. So I mean, Fesco he's a clickbait guy. He just wants
by far biggest clickbait guy, and it's too bad because 810 could be a cool show to listen to, but it's hard to listen to it when your station stinks a signal.
He's one of those guys that he'll say ridiculous stuff, but like you automatically just don't believe him.
Right.
Like he's got that
shit.
He's got that voice where you automatically know that he's just trying to be a retard.
Yeah, he's just being a clown. And so that's all there is to it.
He makes Carrington look smart, so.
That's true. That is a good point. That is a good point.
It's weird, but it's true.
So before we jump into the game, real quick, what was your biggest surprise of the awards ceremony last night for the NFL awards and MVP and everything?
Go ahead, Jason.
I mean, I guess I was a little bit surprised because we talked about Lamar Jackson the whole year. Like, we thought that this was kind of a done deal.
I thought Lamar pulled away at the end, maybe.
Yeah, and then they didn't give it to him. So that was my biggest surprise. I mean, obviously, I think Josh Allen deserves it, but
think about this. I mean, 41 touchdowns passing and 4 interceptions. No one's done that since Aaron Rodgers. Like that, those are crazy. And add on the rushing numbers too.
And I'll give you that because Aaron Rodgers has more MVPs than Tom Brady. So if you can do something that's never been done since Aaron Rodgers, like that's pretty impressive. But I don't know. I think Lamar Jackson. I think you could have given it to either one of them, and I think that was kind of the thing. Well, it's kind of like Josh deserves it, like it's his turn, and the only way you can do that
is the worst term I've ever heard. It's his turn.
The only way that
we
you
just
can
dealt
do
with that in the NBA last year.
The only way that you can get away with that is if you got two guys that are even.
They're not even.
I did think that they were pretty even this year.
There was no even about it, guys. Come on. Come on.
I thought it was pretty even, unless you're going to say that Josh Allen made it farther in the playoffs, but we're not supposed to take that into account.
We're not
so
talking about the playoffs.
If you're going to sweep that under the rug, then you got to give it to Lamar.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Lamar really deserved it, but I know at the same time they were probably the NFL does that crap where they're just like, oh, we already gave you 2 MVPs, let's not give him another one because we'll just hand it to him every year with great regular season success. I mean, at this point, Lamar Jackson's no different than Peyton Manning was. Amazing regular season quarterback. But in the playoffs, just completely crumbles.
That's a
And
good comparison, actually.
Totally, obviously different styles.
Very different skill sets, but same results.
Yeah.
There's a lot
That's
of
all it is.
Peyton Mannings in the league, huh? Lots of Peyton Mannings in the league.
Well, yeah.
Well, the
Man,
problem with
that's
Peyton
so-
Manning is
I'm
he never
just-
did shit in the league.
I'm just so confused here. Like, we're looking at
or he never did shit in the playoffs,
Ninth,
is what I'm trying to say.
9th.
He beat the Chiefs
Yeah.
every year, but it's because the Chiefs deserve to be beat every
Yeah,
year.
the Chiefs who played zero defense and
Right.
just tried to score
So-
points.
Peyton Manning get some wins over the Chiefs and then lose the next round. So, well, I don't know. I thought Coach of the Year was a little bit of a surprise to me. And I was surprised Sean Payton and Dan Quinn both only got one vote. in
Yeah,
that.
Coach of the Year, O'Connell. Are you serious?
It surprised me a little bit.
They got sure he had to deal with a bum quarterback of Sam Darnold, but at the same time,
A bum?
you didn't.
You
didn't-
said he was going to be the MVP like, what, 2-3 years ago?
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
We're not
you
talking
think
about
he's-
3 years
lowest
ago.
point.
But that he's one of your favorite players. Like, you think
No,
he's an
he's
MVP
not one of my
candidate
favorite players.
every year.
Just because I said something.
Then
doesn't
why
mean
did
he's
you
my
say
favorite.
he should be the MVP?
Because he was playing at MVP level at the time.
At week 3.
And now he's a bum?
You asked me that. Yes.
So a guy that you thought should be the MVP,
At
and now
week 3,
he's playing the best football
3
of his
years
entire
ago.
career.
What are
now
you
all of a
talking
sudden he's a
about?
bum.
Right.
He is a bust.
What
Tater
what
logic.
kind of a logic are we
That's
using
tater
here?
logic.
It's year by year. This isn't a just because I like the guy. Does at that time doesn't.
But
mean,
he's playing the best football of his career.
Look,
why
no,
are
no,
you calling him a
guys.
bum when you called him an MVP candidate
He's a freaking
3 years
bum
ago?
because he can't win against the winning
Wow,
teams.
that's unbelievable,
O'Connell
Tanner.
is right there with it. You lost when it mattered the most, the last 2 weeks of the season, and you lost also early in the season against winning playoff teams.
You need to have your brain checked because that just makes no sense.
O'Connell could not win when he needed to, a.k.a. Detroit. They beat Green Bay. Congratulations there. But you could not finish against the winning playoff teams. O'Connell was the wrong choice in that one, too.
Darnold did not play like a bum this year. You need to have your head examined.
Didn't play like a bum.
You need to have your head
but
examined.
he played like
He's
a
not
bum,
a bum quarterback.
against winning teams.
Who would have been your Coach of the Year out of the list? I mean, obviously Andy Reid was on there, but
I would have given it to Sean Payton.
yeah, I think
Absolutely.
Peyton deserved more.
I mean, what
credit.
freaking division are we playing in
And
here?
Andy Reid was actually my pick in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to not pick Andy Reid, it was MCDC by far. You had 900 people on injured reserve, and you still came out as a number 1 seed.
I can vote for that.
So Andy Reid, though, is my top guy because you lost a lot of pieces there. But we don't give it to Chiefs guys.
No, I can't give it to Andy Reid. He's only won one Coach of the Year his entire career, and I don't expect him to ever win one again. Basically, for Andy Reid to win Coach of the Year, you got to go undefeated. Like the Chiefs would have to win every single game, or have a injury to Mahomes early in the year, and then make the playoffs with a Chad Henne type of, backup quarterback. So
How defeated would you be if you were in the MVP race and a guy that outside of the top 10 that you beat in the season won instead? Like that's heartbreak. That's heartbreak, man.
yeah, hey, but Jason's right. I mean, whether you want to deal with it or not, but the NFL looks at it as, well, it's his turn.
It's
Unfortunately, that's just the way these
this-
people do it.
the reporters are awful. I mean, we gave Joel Embiid because we don't want to give Joker 3 in a row.
Right.
And now we can't live with Lamar Jackson, so we have to give the guy something that we feel sorry for that loses every year in the end. Like that's,
The big
I'm
question,
not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how it goes.
The big question for me is if Lamar beats Josh in the playoffs, do we still give it to Josh?
the voting's done that Wednesday after week.
Oh,
18.
they already did it. Okay.
Yeah. So that like before any first playoff game hits, it's already done. It's already
Interesting.
in, so
Yeah, I just feel like they felt sorry for him because they knew he was going to lose to Mahomes anyway.
let's see here. We got my homeboy. What's up, man? Yeah, I need a massage. Hey.
Who needs a
Hey,
massage? You need a
My
massage?
homeboy needs a massage.
Did you guys
Homeboy
know
needs
I've
a
only had
massage.
I've only
Well-
had 3 massages. I'm 48. I just turned 48. I've had 3 massages. Professional in my whole life. And
Did you keep your pecker put away the whole time?
Were you poking it?
Sort of. But do you want to know what my only stipulation is when I get a massage? I do not want any dudes touching me.
I feel that. Like I'm the
Because
same way.
there are guys out there that
Sure.
want dudes giving them the massage.
No, I've always had a woman do it.
Okay.
I'm the same way with that. Like
That's
I
good.
don't really want a guy oiling me up and rubbing me
I've
down.
never had a massage, so
You need to get one,
Well-
Tanner. It's pretty good.
And it's not
Especially
even
if you go Deshaun Watson style, it's even better.
jeez.
Well, it's not even a thing where it's like you're,
Jeez.
as a guy,
Or
like, you're not-
Robert Kraft style.
like you're not trying to be perverted about it. You just don't want a man's hands on you. You'd rather
Right.
have a woman's touch, giving you a massage.
But I feel like it would be if I was gay,
Well-
then I wouldn't want a woman touching
What-
me.
what
Like,
I've-
I just
Sure,
feel
right.
like that's probably the way they would
what
go.
I've
Yeah, I
heard
think
is
that's
that,
normal
is
thought.
that people prefer guys because it's heavier,
Sure, they got
There's
stronger
no
pressure.
hands.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
So that's why you prefer a guy over a girl. I heard. So,
I mean, I don't know.
But what if you had a chick that had manly hands? Then it would be kind of
Well,
like
If their
More
profession
manly.
is to be a massage
still a
therapist,
chick.
they probably have strong hands anyway, compared to.
What about
your
you,
average.
Tanner? I want to ask you a question real quick, Tanner. If you were gay, would you want a woman or a man giving you that massage?
This show's going wild already.
Well, I just the only reason I'm asking him this is because he's never had one his whole life. How old are you, Tanner?
35.
Okay, and you've never had a massage.
No.
So I just want to know if you were. First of all, tell me what you want now, but also if you were gay, would you rather have a male or a female touching you for a massage? Just for the massage. I'm not talking about like happy endings. I know I brought up Deshaun Watson. Let's just sweep that under the rug. Just pretend I didn't say that part. Just
I'd be honest.
straight
No, I'll be
massage,
honest.
you know?
Like, I'll answer your question.
What the hell
if
are
I
you
if
talking
if I was gay, I'd probably prefer to have a guy.
Okay.
If I was gay, but
But I know what you would want. I want his answer.
Since it'll be my first time.
If you're gay, give me the gay answer first.
What are you talking about? Why does it matter if I'm gay or not?
I just want you
well,
to
it
open
does
up
actually
your
matter
mind
a little bit.
What
You
does it
guys-
matter?
There's a preference of.
I feel like Mike
As a-
and I are open-minded
What,
people,
are you
but
going
this
to
guy's a
an
little
Asian
bit closed-minded
spot
over
that
here.
Asian.
Are we talking like
I've only-
Hobson?
I just had a white girl, do my massage.
Why can't a regular guy or a I guess gay guy doesn't matter?
I'm just giving you my opinion.
Are you trying to touch peckers?
No, I'm just telling you
Is that what you want?
as a man right here, right now, like Mike and I, we're open-minded people. We prefer a woman touching us.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but if I was gay, I would probably want a man touching me, and he agreed with me.
No.
So I want
don't
your
think
answer
that's
to
the
that
case.
question.
I think
You would still want a woman.
I think a woman would be the answer for that.
Okay.
But
For
again,
both?
you'd have
So-
to ask
So you'd want a woman
guy.
either way.
No, I want a man.
Oh, you want a man?
because I want that freaking.
Would you?
Pounding
So when you go get your
on my
massage, I know what I'm gonna get you now for your.
No,
your,
do not give me a
Oh,
massage,
yeah.
dude. Do not.
So
give me a
now, but you got to
massage.
book it. So I'm gonna leave it up to you with who you choose.
Do not give me a massage.
No, I liked his answer though. Like I feel like he was being honest with me.
like from the
so.
top rope, elbow in the back, like
That's fine. Okay.
pop. Okay,
So
That's fine.
he still wants the woman, basically.
That's
whether
what he
he's
said.
Gay or straight. I appreciate.
No, he said
that,
he wanted
Tanner.
the man actually.
No, he did.
So he's just confusing me. a
I'm
little
losing
bit.
track,
You
man.
guys
We're all
are-
confusing each other. But
all right.
He said
anyways,
he
I
wants to be.
appreciate your honesty.
He wants that
I'm
elbow.
just telling you what happened. Pineapple Hut 7-day vacation rental. Josh is a better quarterback than Lamar.
I think there's a lot of things out there that would show otherwise.
I don't know,
on
man. I tell you what.
How's those outside top 10 stats looking, buddy? That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know, man. Like in a lot of ways, I look at them the same way.
Lamar
And you know
doesn't
why?
turn the ball over the same way Josh Allen does.
That's true. but
Historically, of course, Josh is better this year, but
and that's true, but like they're both just running quarterbacks. Like they're both trying to be like an upgrade
different
version
ways.
of Michael Vick. You know?
well, Lamar Jackson as a runner, he's better than Michael Vick in every way.
I'd
I know,
rather-
but they're both running quarterbacks. So they're both in a lot of ways they're both the same guy. So, but I agree with you. Who puts the ball on the ground more often?
Historically, Josh Allen.
yes, Josh Allen. So Lamar is probably a better quarterback, which is why he should have won the MVP.
Can we just get rid of the awards in general? Like I don't
No.
know. Did you guys
Get
watch
rid of the
it?
award. No, we can't get rid of the awards.
Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
No, I did not. I didn't tune it. No,
No, I was
shot.
interested in seeing.
I knew
everybody.
exactly what they were going to go with, and that's why I didn't tune in. Because again, O'Connell and Josh Allen alone.
You had to watch
It's a
it.
joke. Oh, and they
for-
gave Saquon the Offensive Player of the Year, but not
Right.
anything else. Like
No, that's how that works, Tanner. Offensive Player of the Year is a
their career
is a skill- is a
stats
skill
aren't
position.
even close. Starsky's saying their career stats aren't even close.
But what about this, guys? What if instead of doing away with the award, if we just extend the period that you have to vote. What if we say you have to vote before the Super Bowl? That way we can see how all of this shit plays out.
But no, it's a regular season award. Why would you wait?
But are you not the guy that just asked me to get rid of the award? So what if we don't get rid of it? What if we just extend the period where you have to vote?
What if we just get rid of it?
Right, because I think playoffs should take into account who
Absolutely.
wins MVP of the fucking
Absolutely.
But then it's not a regular season award anymore.
Well, it doesn't need to be.
It should be.
No, why?
Why?
It should be a full season award.
Okay.
It should be an entire season award up till the Super Bowl, I guess.
MVP. No, playoff award. The playoff award's a Super Bowl MVP. That's what the playoff award
doesn't. No, that's a one.
You
game.
gotta get
Tanner,
there.
that's a one game award. Super Bowl MVP is literally the best player of that game, not the best player of the playoffs.
You got to get there, right? If you don't get to the Super Bowl, you don't get that award.
No, that's a one game award, Tanner.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Give it to a guy that performs for 500 yards in the wild card game that loses?
I'll put it this way, like
Maybe.
No, that's stupid.
If
Come on,
Lamar would have beaten Josh, then I think you'd have a lot of people that felt horrible about their vote. Like if Josh won the MVP, which he did, but he would have lost that game against Lamar, you would have had people, the writers, they would have felt bad about that vote. And that's why I think we should extend it maybe until the AFC NFC championships.
I agree with that.
Starsky, I will give you that Josh Allen has a better career stats because Lamar also missed some time in his career. So, but when Lamar's on the field, he's a better guy. And then Starsky goes also, holy shit, there's a show tonight.
Well, yeah, that's
All right.
we made it.
That's all the
right.
stats there. So,
All right, guys,
comments.
let's move along to the real stuff here. Of course, here Chiefs Eagles, man, back at it again. I feel like in this game, a lot of people are banking on the idea that Saquon Barkley is going to be the reason why the Eagles this time get over the hump and take care of the Chiefs.
he has to be.
Because last time they still put up 35 points in that last meeting in the Super Bowl, right? Chiefs put up 38. And, I think if you look at this team offensively, they're phenomenal. I mean, that's a great team, top to bottom. And a lot of people have been saying the Eagles are the better team. I would say personnel-wise, you're probably right. I mean, I'm not going to say anyone's wrong about saying that the Eagles have more talent than the Chiefs do. I would say that's probably accurate for the most part.
I'll agree, too.
But at the same time, the key factors of football at the end of the day come into play when you're talking about coaching, quarterbacking, and just knowing what to do in the right time and in the right moment, and football IQ. I think football IQ-wise, the Chiefs are better in every way. Better coaching, Steve Spagnuolo and Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. Situational football. I think the Chiefs are better in every way than the Eagles are. And so you kind of got a battle of, a better coaching staff versus the better team on paper. So I don't know, man. Looking at this game for you guys, I mean, what are your concerns? I know the Eagles had the number one defense in the league this year and number one rush offense, of course. But, it's going to be a fight either way. It's not going to be an easy Fesco blowout like he's been saying.
Not at all.
But what are your thoughts just off the top of your head going into this game?
I'll let you start, man. I got a lot.
I mean, the only thing I hear everybody talking about is like, the Eagles roster is just so much better. And I feel like I've heard this before. Like, I think it was probably that last 49ers Super Bowl
both times,
where they cram that narrative down your throat.
Every
and
time.
Like, as a Chiefs fan, I would love to hear that.
Well, do you remember 5 years ago when the Chiefs played the 49ers? It was the same idea. Was that the 49ers roster is better?
Right.
It didn't matter at the end of the day. And then last year, the same thing again. So, yeah, you're right. Every year we hear the same crap.
But it's a great narrative, though, because, like, if you're the Chiefs coming in, you want to find – I mean, Mahomes is – he's basically the modern-day Michael Jordan. You want to find these little things that people put out there to say that, well, yeah, you're good, but you're not really that good. But just to kind of light a fire – under his saddle. And so I like that. I like the fact that obviously we're all Chiefs fans here. I want that narrative out there. I want people saying, oh my gosh, that roster is so much better. Because it gives us something to be fired up about.
Yeah. No, I like that. I agree with that too,
think
because that's the way it works.
what Saquon's average touchdown run is 32 yards or something like that this year. So
Really?
yeah,
Is it really that high?
It was some crazy stat.
I mean, I know he's had a lot of breakaway runs this year, and it's something the Chiefs typically don't allow. Giant runs like that. And you mentioned it the other day on a podcast as well, Tanner, that the only 100-yard rusher the Chiefs have given up is Lamar Jackson. And the last running back to have 100 yards against the Chiefs was that awful Christmas Day game against the Raiders with Zamir White.
Yep.
And that was the last time that the Chiefs gave up a 100-yard game to a running back, which was a total fluke, weird game in that situation. I don't know if everyone was hungover because it was Christmas or what, but that game against the Raiders was just out of character for the Chiefs.
I don't think that was. I don't know. There was some weird. Maybe it's the playoff one. That he was like 32 yards in the playoffs right now. So
I was gonna say that's really high actually.
I mean, we could talk stats all we want, right? Spags in his whole playoff career has only given up to 100-yard rusher, one
in the playoffs,
and zero,
which is crazy to think about.
Zero with the Chiefs since he's come on. 0 100-yard rushers.
So I think the question for me is when you hear those stats, like, if you're the Eagles, do you get scared? Do you abandon the game plan that got you to this point, or do you just feed the beast? Because I think they need to just feed Saquon all day long, but a lot of people think that they're going to look at the Chiefs and say, oh, wow, they're going to shut him down. We need to start throwing the ball.
I think that's something you have to look at the history with the Chiefs, right? So you have to look back at what San Francisco's done, the Bills, Baltimore, for God's sakes. What's the one thing they all have in common? They lose their game they play. Every single time they adjust to try to beat the Chiefs instead of just having the Chiefs adapt to them. And if you're the Eagles and you're smart, and they weren't, well, here's the thing, right? So last game against Washington, they had to adjust their game. Jalen Hurts had, I think, a bum ankle or it was a bum knee, so he couldn't run like he did the previous two games in the play, right? So now he was forced to pass the ball. Well, now you've had a week break since then. We know you're not hurt, so are you going back to that, what you originally do anyways, and your offense sucks and A.J. Brown can't catch? Or are you sticking with what you did in Washington, granted, versus a way better
Very
defense
different.
now, and still feed Saquon? In the end, if they don't feed Saquon, I don't care if you're down 14-0. If you don't feed Saquon,
You got to feed the beast.
it's
Even if you lose,
and
you're going to go with the game plan that got you
this
there.
is so massive for Kellen Moore right now. I know he's about to go get the Saints job shortly after the Super Bowl ends, but to show that you can stay consistent and play your game plan is massive for the Eagles right now. It's massive for the Eagles. They have to do that. Exactly what they did, similar to Washington, similar to what they did with the Rams.
Yeah, Washington, that game, man, that's a type of game that would weaken the Eagles, because it was just it felt like it was so easy that it's almost like you wish that they wouldn't have scored that. If you're an Eagles fan, you wish that they didn't put up all those points on them because it's almost like they were wasted points.
It reminds me a little bit. I know what you're referring to, but I've played Madden 1,000 times in my life, of course. But have you ever played Madden on rookie mode or whatever, and you put up 70 points real easy, and then if you go straight from rookie mode to all Madden, all of a sudden it's like a big wake-up call. Just the challenge, just the difficulty level going from that to that is just, it shocks you almost.
Yeah,
and
totally.
It's just weird to adjust to.
But it's also the pendulum swings that you and I talk about just in basic gambling. When no matter what you're betting on, sports or what have you, it's like when a team scores that many points one week and just blows a team out, then what's going to happen 2 weeks later is it's almost like the offense could totally dry up. So
yeah. Now I'd be surprised if that was to happen. I mean, I just think there's a lot of firepower with the Eagles. I mean, Devontae Smith is terrific, and we saw him 2 years ago, and the guy has just evolved and gotten even better over time. A.J. Brown is still an animal, so Dallas Goedert is a great tight end, so you got that going for him, and they still have a good old line. No line is still solid stuff. Even with Jason Kelce being gone. Now, they're not quite as successful as they were at the tush push. The tush push was...
Can you open the door for Zoe?
Oh, boy, we got to we got to have a timeout for the dog, I guess. Zoe's
Gotta let the dog out.
Zoe's ready to go potty. She's gonna go take one for the team, I guess. So
That's how it is, man.
it's probably her bedtime. You know, we're
Actually, yeah, it is. It's pretty
makes,
close.
makes sense. She knows it's her bedtime.
It's
So
9:30.
she's ready to go out and call it a day. So
No, yeah, I don't know, man. We got the tush push to worry about. I mean, also the Getter's right there. You know, we know us and tight ends. We ain't the prettiest. We ain't the prettiest.
and that's the thing that you
And
have
he's
to watch
blown up.
for.
He's been really good this playoffs too.
I like our linebackers a lot against the run. I really trust those guys, and I think they do a phenomenal job this year against the run and stopping running backs. But I just think that it's going to be one of those things where you're so focused in on Saquon Barkley at times that Dallas Goedert does end up getting open over the top. So at that point, you're going to have to hope the safeties are doing their job. And
over the top, or
Jordan
even
Hicks and
in the
Justin
zone.
Reed and all that are doing their thing.
Yeah, in the zone too.
Yeah, so
That's my big worry there.
it's not going to be easy. And I know Eagles beat the Chiefs last year.
Yes.
And it was another close game, of course. That was the game where Nick Sirianni was going through the tunnel at the end and, what did he say? Something about,
She's still outside.
yeah, Sirianni said something along the lines. He was yelling at the fans, and he was like, I don't hear you anymore, Chiefs fans, or some shit like that.
Dude,
So
I swear to God.
doing dumb stuff.
I swear to God.
But, yeah, I just think this is one of those games, once again, there's not going to be a blowout either way. And
No, I
it'll
don't
come
think so
down,
either.
in my opinion, to probably 3-4 points.
I want to see it, though.
So-
I would love to see a blowout Super Bowl.
Sure, that would be.
I'd take it.
I love most people don't like that. I'm weird. I love to see that shit.
Now, what do you guys think? I know we're probably tired of talking about it because after that Bills game the other day, all we talked about for like a week straight was the referees. And, what do you guys think about Ron Torbert officiating this game? Does it matter to you? What is the narrative in your mind about the referee stuff?
Yeah, I already sent my Venmo, dude. So Torbert, I gave him a little extra this time around. I know he doesn't like to be friendly with us. So, no, I don't care who's refereeing. I don't care at all. Because in the end, you got to play to win.
Right.
Right? Herm Edwards style. So,
I think that ship has sailed for me, but
did you send your Venmo though?
if he screws us over, then that narrative is going to be relit.
Who cares?
So
I don't
it's
care
going to
what the
happen
refs
again.
do anymore.
So if he screws us
They
over,
suck
then
either way.
we can start that narrative over. But I don't think it's necessarily going to happen. I think
The refs stink. Period. Like we already know this. And Mike Greenberg.
Torbert knows. He
Mike-
already knows that he's
Green-
an anti-Chiefs guy.
Yeah. And Greeny
he
was
already
on
knows that.
Pat's show, and he's like, he was talking about the whole ref scandal. He goes, "Well, I just got one question. Did you start watching sports last week?"
Right. Everyone acts like
Plain and
it's their
simple.
it's their
It
first time
is.
watching a football game.
Nobody understand. Like, I'm like, have you never seen a bad call before
Right.
and still win a game? Probably
No,
not.
for me, I love the refs. I think it's amazing.
I
In
know
fact,
you do.
I'm wearing a Travis Kelce jersey, but
You
I'm
know,
wearing my favorite team
You
underneath.
beat me to the Venmo last time, so that's right. That's right. That's right.
That right there is the real team that I'm rooting for in this game. And I want this game. I don't care. I'd love to see the Chiefs go out there and just demolish them and everything and put up 35 points, New the Fesco 35-0 score. But I also would think it's hilarious if the Chiefs somehow won on some kind of controversial call,
Oh my
some kind of way that went the
gosh.
Chiefs' way. So
Oh,
that
and
way
then,
we can
and then
spend
they
the
can
entire
change the rules. We can
change the
talk about how
rule.
to change
Change
the
the
rules.
change the
Yeah.
rule and spend the entire
Oh,
offseason.
I love it, man.
Worried about the Chiefs and
If you-
fake and rigging and this all.
If
this
you
other
guys
stuff.
want to see a pissed off JG, man, if that happens, I
Well.
would be so angry if they when they change rules all because of complainers. There's nothing more than sports that pisses me off
Well,
more than that.
the
I
Bills
can't
are going to
stand
get
it.
the Bills are going to
I
get what they
can't
want.
stand it.
The Bills are going to get what they want this offseason. They're going to change the rules about the first down markers.
And,
so.
and they still wouldn't have got the first down
I know.
with the electronic.
Well,
Hate to break it to you.
lots of people out there crying about it. So people analyzed every
Look,
play.
Not
his
even a-
body. His body. Yeah, where's the damn ball?
Not even a sports
passed.
thing for me. It's
They're like,
in-
oh, Chris Jones' head got in the way. You know that ball crossed.
Get out of here.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not even a sports thing for me. It's like you see this in life. People don't get their way, and then they complain, and then people change the rules. I'm just like, come on, dude.
One of
Seriously?
my favorite replays was it was a big, fat, wide white line that they put over, and then it kind of slowly bends backwards towards Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, good one. Good one.
No, I spent the whole week like on Twitter just going on with people about it. So it was a disaster. I'll take more of it though. It'll give me something to do because next Sunday when we don't have a game anymore, I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be sitting there on my phone going, "What do I do now? Like, if football's over."
He has to watch the NBA, which is excruciating for him.
It's
on
not
some
easy
days.
for me. But if a controversial call happens, it means I have weeks worth of entertainment.
Right.
So I would love that. Just get on Twitter and start a fire, basically. So, yeah. So what do you guys think? Jumping over real quick to the Eagles defense because I know we haven't hit on that really yet. But Jalen Carter has been a little sick apparently this week. I don't know. He's obviously going to play. Nolan Smith is a phenomenal athlete, ran one of the fastest 40 times for a DN. He's actually a linebacker in their system. They got Josh Sweat, of course. The rookie corners are just phenomenal between Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Both of those guys are just top-notch type of corners and physical.
It's Cooper and Saquon's birthday on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
I like that.
Little birthday.
They might get drunk before the game.
By the way,
Yeah.
you had full, you had full practice today from everybody but Devontae Smith. So,
Yeah.
and Nick Gates. That's it.
Looking over this defense for you guys,
Defense is sick, dude.
they were great last time we played them, right? They were older in a lot of ways, but they were still great and elite. And you guys we've seen though the stats for Patrick Mahomes against number 1 ranked defenses, right?
Yes.
I mean, he doesn't lose and he puts up monster numbers against number 1 defense. That right there is the signs of just true greatness. Is when you face the best of the best and you have your best game every single time.
You make the defense look very pedestrian,
Yeah,
even though they're a really good
And
defense.
Mahomes does that every single time.
Who was last year's number 1 defense? You guys
Oh
remember?
hell, I don't remember right now.
Was it
Should have been the
was-
Bills.
Was it
Might have been the
NFC?
Bills,
wasn't
wasn't
the
it?
Bills. I don't think so.
It wasn't the Bills.
But
I don't remember right now.
we're talking about this year a number 1 defense that played in the.
I've been the Ravens.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Maybe the
Could have
Ravens.
been still because Patrick Coon was there.
I'm thinking of 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
Bills.
2 years ago was the Bills. But no, like we're talking about a number 1 defense that played in the NFC conference that had 2 winning teams with big winning records, ended up getting blown out. And then you had to face off against the Washington Commanders with a rookie quarterback and quite frankly, a bum defense in the end, secondary. Yeah, sure. You know what? We have multiple AFC teams that could be number 1 defenses if they had to fill the schedule the Eagles did. So, but
Yeah.
I do love that defense still. I think there's plenty of opportunity. I think Caliendo's gonna have a long day, plain and simple. He really is.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy.
Caliendo, they're going to have to do some kind of help there, multiple tight end sets, getting some help there. But look, that corners are good, the secondary is good, the linebackers are solid, the defensive line's great. I think this is going to be a fun test for a lot of things, but
Comes down to scheme. I think Andy Reid is able to outsmart those young corners on this team.
But I do think too, like we're going to have to. We need some Pacheco in this one. We need some Pacheco in this. We need some guy that can run hard. I mean, Kareem runs hard, but like Kareem gets your short yards. We need a Pacheco breakaway.
Maybe if you're lucky. I don't know how much we can rely on that, but I'd love it. His over under, by the way, is 21.5 on the whole game.
Correct.
So they're not expecting him to be used a lot. So we'll see.
It was
I
last
would
year,
prefer
too.
the Chiefs personally to use more Samaje Perine, just as a running back and as a receiving back even more. I just think for some reason he's just kind of been a guy who's only used very sparingly, and not quite that McKinnon role like we thought he was going to be. Not to that extent, because McKinnon was actually in the game a lot. Right, Perine seems like it's like if you see him out there, it's like wow, blind squirrel finds a nut kind of thing. So it's not as frequent as I would prefer.
He does what he needs to do when he's called upon.
Oh yeah,
Plain and
he's
simple.
a great player. I mean, he's a really good player.
So going back to the Philly defense here, I think what they need to do to win the game or to have a chance to win the game, they've got to move Mahomes off his spot and they've got to get sacks. And good luck with that because Patrick Mahomes is 8-0 lifetime versus Vic Fangio. So it's kind of like best of luck, guys. We know you have the better roster. We know your defense is amazing, but that's got to be the game plan. That
Right
D-line
right here.
that D-line has to get him off of his spot. And, you know, Patrick Mahomes is amazing, moving around inside or outside of the pocket. But you got to move him off of his spot. Make him just a little bit uncomfortable.
That's the dangerous of him, too.
To me, the pressure up the middle is the big one for me with Mahomes. If you can get immediate pressure up the middle, basically where he doesn't have time to roll out, to react to it, that's how you get him down. And meanwhile, Jalen Hurts, I don't know if you guys have paid attention over the course of his career, he's got one of the slowest times to throw in the league, slowest release times in the entire league from a snap to throw standpoint, which obviously is great for guys on this team like George Karlaftis, who is just one of those, you know, he's not going to get there fast, but he's relentless. He's going to keep going and going and going until that whistle blows. And
Tershawn style too.
I just think that matches well with what the Chiefs D-line does best, especially against our corners. You know, Jalen Watson and Trey McDuffie, and the job that they do, able to hold receivers for a little longer than most teams, obviously, with the coverage. So Jalen Hurts' time to throw, his first 2 years in the league was the slowest. 2022 was the 14th slowest. 2023 was the second slowest in the entire league. And then this year, same thing.
And the other thing about this year is that reflects on the amount of times that he's been sacked on his dropbacks, which is 9.4%. Mm-hmm. So basically 1 out of 10 times on his dropbacks, he's going to get sacked.
Yeah, he takes a lot of sacks. He holds the ball too long.
The only thing is, like I mentioned earlier, is the run game, right? So how do we combat, you know, I mean, we've dealt running backs before and that are quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, CJ Stroud. Like, that's the best part, is that we're going into this with already a game plan how to contain him and making him throw the ball. And quite frankly, that's what you want to do with Jalen Hurts here. I was thinking too, guys, the biggest thing the Eagles defense can do against Mahomes is don't let him convert third down.
Right.
Ooh, well, that's a tough
third
ask.
Downs.
That's a
third
tough
downs.
ask.
I mean, you take the Chiefs off of third downs, like you're golden.
Well,
I would
put him
rather,
in 3rd and 3 or greater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you get the 3rd and 3 Eagles, that's what you want them at.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 or further back. If it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, you know what's going to happen. And so it's just not going to be easy.
Well, I don't even know if you want 3rd and 3. You almost, like, because he always converts that 3rd and 5. It feels like almost every time, too.
I just would have tried to avoid those 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 plays.
But don't let him convert third down. Don't let him convert third down.
Yeah, good luck with that. You're gonna have to make those like 3rd and 10.
Guys,
that's gonna have to be 3rd and 10 if you're gonna stop him.
Let's be real though, right? The biggest way to do so, Mahomes averages 11 possessions per game. You need to knock that sucker as an average possession down to 9. Like, you need to keep him on. Like, we all know the rule. Keep him on the bench. Keep him on the bench. Extend your drives. Go long drives. Get the first down. Don't go for the big play. And make him sit there. Make the time tick. Make him sit there. We know that's the key, true formula in the end.
Yep. Well, should we do our predictions now and then jump over to prop bets?
Sure.
All right. Well, let's do our official Super Bowl 59 Chiefs-Eagles score predictions then. Can you go first, or do you want Jason to go?
I'll go first. That's fine. See here. We would have to do something to do with my easy money bet here, so we're going to pop it over, and we'll go. We're going to do it again, guys. We're going to hit 30. We're going to go 30, 27.
Yeah, it's a good score. I like that one. I got it. So I got the Chiefs scoring their most of the entire season, believe it or not. Yes, against that number 1 defense. I don't give a damn. All that's out the window at this point. I like the Chiefs 35-31 against the Eagles.
All right, so for the JG, last 2 years, I've picked against the Chiefs. And I should probably switch that around this year. However, I looked at the and I really want to bet on the Chiefs here. I should probably change it up. However, I looked at the ESPN FPI simulator, which has the Eagles winning 56% of the time by an average of 2.2 points. And I just think the Chiefs are actually due for a loss. And by the way, the Chiefs are going to wear white jerseys. So from 2004 on, the white jerseys are 16 out of 20 in Super Bowls. So I think we are overdue, way overdue, Mike.
Yeah, it's due.
When you're talking about gambling, I want to know what's due in the world.
Right.
The dark jerseys are due, way overdue in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I've got the Eagles, 28-21, the three-peat. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. Maybe they can start another three-peat journey after this.
If we lose this one, how upset are we actually going to be?
Upset? I mean, I'd be disappointed a bit, but like, why would I be upset, man? We're still in the middle of a dynasty. Yeah. This dynasty is not over.
No,
I'm serious.
Not at all.
This is still a continuation of the dynasty that, you know, if you told me, okay, well, Mahomes is 38 years old and this is towards the end, and if you lose this one, then, you know, you don't know if you're going to get back.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, no, this dynasty might last fucking 10 to 15 years.
Because we're on the same page on this then. Like, this is exactly what I feel, too.
I'm going to be disappointed, of course. I'm going to probably think about the game a lot, of course. Like, just things what went wrong throughout the game if the Chiefs lose this. But I'm not going to, like, it's not going to ruin me by any means. Like, I'd rather make it to the Super Bowl and lose than not make it at all. And I love that question. I ask people this all the time. I'm like, would you prefer to make it to the Super Bowl but lose, or just not make it at all? And it's weird. I'm surprised how many people out there say they'd rather just not make it.
That's so
weird. That shocks me.
Why? You don't give a chance?
Because of the disappointment of losing in the Super Bowl, apparently. No, I'd rather be there. I'd rather have the opportunity to win.
There. Yeah.
I'd rather have said I made it and then just lost to a better team that day than not make it at all. You know, because then you're just the Buffalo Bills. So,
I'm not going to be upset at all. I mean, if they lose, I'm not going to be upset at all. I'm going to be thankful for the opportunity, unless I'm a cuckold. Then there's probably a lot of cuckolds out there that would just get, feel sorry for themselves and think it's the end of the world. But no, I'm thankful for this run that we've been on, because it's ever since the New England AFC Championship game, when we lost to New England AFC Championship, that's when it started for me.
Yeah.
And you guys a lot of people don't realize how long ago that was. That was a long freaking time ago.
2018.
And from that point up until right now, I've just been grateful for the journey. And so, win or lose, like I'm not gonna be upset at all. But let's see what happens. Let's see if there's somebody out there. Let's see if Vic Fangio can finally figure out a way to beat Patrick Mahomes.
Sure. Sure. I'm looking forward to it regardless, and I think it's going to be a fun day.
I'm not going to feel sorry for Philly. They've won a Super Bowl before.
Right.
No.
They've won a Super Bowl.
I'm
not going to feel sorry for them.
Also, Philly doesn't deserve shit. Those fans are terrible. Those are terrible people.
I actually kind of like the fans.
Those little douchebags everywhere running around.
I've liked it ever since. I used to watch Allen Iverson back in the day. He was in the Jordan era, and I was like a teenager, and I was like, why are these fans like booing their own team? And I used to think it was stupid, but over time, now that I'm much older, I think it's kind of cool. Because you're not settling for mediocrity. And that's what I love about those fans.
Win or lose, they're gonna like destroy the city again, and they're gonna like jump on light poles and kill themselves.
I don't know. Yeah, the whole killing themselves thing. I have a problem with that.
I'm talking about the way that they
act
act
like a retard. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the way that they act. Like, win or lose, they're going to do the same thing.
You can't even have a bar open for the Chiefs because
the Chiefs bar in Philly had to shut down. They can't even be open for the game.
They can't. And they're afraid of.
I don't know.
It's going to get ranted.
They're afraid.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling people. I don't know where that bar is located exactly out there, but I could see people going out there and ransacking that place if the Chiefs win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't you imagine that too?
That's why they're close, because they're thinking like if Philly loses,
they got to put up some jail bars or something like over there, because like that place is going to get destroyed.
I'm a little bit different than you guys. I like that fan base. And it's actually a lot better than some cities. Let's compare it to L.A. So if Los Angeles, if they win a sports championship in any sport, they just walk around and start shooting guns all over the place. They don't care if they kill somebody.
Guns are banned in California. I don't think that would be okay. I don't think you can do that.
I think the whole Philly thing is like, the whole point is that they want their teams to do better. whether they fail, whether they're successful. They want their teams to do better, and I appreciate that. So I'm kind of a weird guy when it comes to that, but I do understand that fan base.
Tanner, I do got to ask, you got on your Darth 3-peat hoodie right now.
This is not Darth 3-peat hoodie right now.
This is not the Darth 3-peat. I'm just curious what's going on here with your look today. It's a little different than what we normally see.
Now, this is your Darth 3-peat.
Now he looks like Palpatine. What the hell is going on over here?
That's the whole key premises, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
And quite frankly, to me, like, if you're a Philadelphia fan right now and you think you're all high and mighty, you're not. You're not at all. Thanks, Mike, for bringing out the Darth 3-peat here. Look, it's just plain simple, guys. You played in a shitty conference, shitty division. You had a shitty playoff race against some bad teams, and now you got to go against a real team, a real defense, a real coaching staff, and not your fake one with Vic Fangio, who had to leave Miami because he didn't like what was going down there, really wanted to be a Philly. And you're about to lose your offensive coordinator, who's too focused on New Orleans' job, trying to figure out if he wants to keep Derek Carr or not. This is a joke of a freaking Super Bowl. The Chiefs are going to win 39-0. And quite frankly, to me, I hope Philadelphia burns to the ground.
Oh, it's going to burn to the ground. Win or lose, it's going to burn.
39 to zip. So he's trying to outdo Fesco.
Yeah, you got to beat
He's trying
Fesco.
to one up him.
Got to outdo Fesco.
What happened?
Well, I think some of maybe your true inner feelings maybe came out.
God
I don't know.
True feelings.
Again?
Yeah, let that happen too many times.
Yeah,
We saw it earlier this week.
Whenever you do your first massage, Tanner, just remember this
Ooh, I like
moment. Let your true feelings come out when you get that first massage. Whether it's male or female, I don't care.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
You could always get tips from Mr. Justin Tucker along the way. So, see, ask him what he prefers. Does he prefer to have the male massage or the female massage?
I like it.
I think I have an idea of what he prefers, but
I like it.
I don't blame him.
By the way, I've got some bad news for you guys right now, man. I just replaced all the towels, my bath towels at my house. They're all white.
Oh,
Why would you do that?
So we went.
Is it from hotels?
No, I didn't steal it. I know where you're
I
going
thought
with
you stole
that.
it.
That's there's no evidence of that. But I did replace all of them. They're all white now. I was going brown for a lot. I had a lot of dark towels, like black and brown towels, and I just stopped washing them for a long time. So now I'm in a situation where all the towels are white, dude. You guys wouldn't freaking believe it. I have to wash these towels after every single use. It's actually pissing me off because I don't have time for this stuff. But they're all like you see every single little streak, every if it's yellow, if it's brown, whatever bodily fluid comes out of your, body.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever comes out, you're
All
going
right.
to see that color on that damn towel. So I replaced all my damn towels, and now I screwed myself
you gotta
because I
bleach
have to
them.
do the laundry every day, damn it.
You
I'm
gotta
pissed.
bleach your
I'm
fucking towels.
pissed.
You gotta use bleach. All right. I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Pissed.
I'm glad you got that off your chest. I don't know where that came from, but
After we win the Super Bowl, after we lose the Super Bowl, I should say,
All right.
I'm going to switch it back to brown, dude. I'm pissed.
I've got a few some prop bets for you guys. We're gonna dive into for a couple minutes from the game, of course. So I'm gonna play a little game with you guys. It's over under. You guys tell me whether you think it's gonna be over or under on these prop bets. We'll kick it off with our first one here. Isaiah Pacheco over 21.5 rushing yards on the game. What do you guys think on that?
I'm going to go under.
Under 21.5?
I just don't think he's 100% right now.
So in simulations of the game, based on AI and computers, he's been getting 36 yards in the game.
Yeah, and I think if it were a touchdown bet, I would be more likely to bet the over in terms of touchdowns, but I would take the under on yards. I just don't think he's 100% based on what we've seen to this point.
Okay. I'm going to take the over, personally. I like him to get over 21, just not by a lot, but I think 36 is probably a good number. That's on the simulations. That's probably the range I could see him falling in.
18-18-12. That's his last 3 games here since coming back. Of course, Houston game, he had 26. Give me the over. Give me the over in this one. I think Pacheco has to be used in this game. Kareem Hunt is not going to be able to continue to carry the load that he's been doing at an effective level. Give me the over in Pacheco.
Kareem is going to get you that 1 or 2 yards you need, but he's not going to be picking up, your 10, 12, 15-yard runs like Pacheco could. So
He's fresh, though, man. Kareem Hunt is fresh.
He feels
He's gonna
good.
run like a madman.
He feels good. I hope you're
He's
right.
going to go ape shit.
No, the problem with Kareem is he's just slow as hell. He's just slow. He's never been fast. I think his NFL Combine 40 was like a 4.7. Like the guy has always been slow.
Yeah.
From the get-go, and now he's 30, But, okay. Next on my list, we got Saquon Barkley, over-under 109.5 rushing yards.
Damn, you have 109?
The projections on the simulations are putting him at 129 yards.
That's insane. I'm going under.
Under on 109?
I'm not even going to think about it. That's going to be under.
I like under on that, too.
I mean, I can see a scenario where he goes over that number and the Chiefs still win the game.
It's going to require a breakout of like a 40-yard run.
But that's I don't know, man. I'm just not seeing it, man. He's put his heart and soul into all these games this year, man. I don't see him going over that. I'll take the under.
Okay, so we got 2 unders here then.
So the 2 playoff games, he's averaged to 7.9 yards per rush, or rushing yards per attempt.
Which is crazy. He's not going to put up that. He's not going to put up that
He's
number.
probably closer to these 5.4s and 6.2s
Sure.
and 4.7s.
Yeah.
That he did the last, before the playoffs here. His long rushes, though, are insane.
Oh, yeah. But as we know, the Chiefs typically do not allow long runs. Not saying they won't, but.
Yep, I got my 2 keys here. We're going to go ahead and take the under.
Oh, three unders, huh?
He's only missed that prop twice in the last 10 games. He missed it against Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Guess what they have in common? They both play in the damn AFC. Shocker, shocker. Last 5, though, he's hit completely over. So,
All right. Next one on my list, we got Jalen Hurts, over under 211.5 passing yards. Simulations have him at 163. So that's pretty low.
I'm going under. I'm not even thinking about that one either. I mean, I think if you're smart, you're going to go with the game plan of running the ball. You're not going to be throwing a whole lot, and I would be shocked even if they do change up their game plan and start to throw a little bit more. I do not see him hitting that number at all.
See, for me, I see this being kind of a high-scoring game, especially the over-under in this game is, 47.5, right?
I got it right here.
I love the over on
48.5.
48. Okay, I love the over on that personally. I think Jalen Hurts ends up just getting over that 211.5 mark, maybe like 220 passing yards. But I think a lot of it's going to be because the Eagles are going to feel like at some point in this game that they're having to keep up with the Chiefs point for point. And it's going to be back and forth. Like, this is not going to be a one-sided game where one team has the lead throughout the game. This is going to be literally, you're going to see that score change probably 5 different times between who has the lead. So,
I don't see that at all. I think
Really?
I see the Eagles feeling just that they have to get out that they have to score first.
yeah,
That they have to get out of the gate fast.
you can score first.
And that they're not going to have to
Ever be.
throw. They're not going to have to throw as much.
Yeah, if the Chiefs win the toss and get a stop on defense right away, then they're going to be
I see
worried.
the Eagles. I see the Eagles scoring first and then just abandoning abandoning the passing game
start
altogether.
handing it to Saquon.
Yeah, all day long.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, he's only hit this prop 3 times in the last 10. He's only hit it once in the playoffs. Okay, and that was last game, of course, Washington.
Yeah.
He hit it the first time against Washington in the regular season. In Pittsburgh, out of everybody, 290 yards against Pittsburgh. Look, this guy here, his trend sucks at it. When he has to pass the ball, aka forced, where he can't run the ball, he can go. But like I said before, he's had that week off. He says he feels good. He seems healthy. He's going to be running. They're going back to the running game here. He's going to run
Absolutely.
the ball. And I'm
Absolutely
taking the
they're
under
gonna
in
run.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Next on my list, we got DeAndre Hopkins, over under 11.5 receiving yards. Now, you guys know, a few weeks ago, we all were looking at, I think, what was it, 19 receiving yards or something
That's
like
back.
that?
Oh, you're talking about when you stole my money.
Well,
You
I
stole money out of my
you
bank
took if you
account.
took Noah Gray.
I didn't.
I took Noah Gray that day too, and I won money
I
on
did
that.
not bet DeAndre Hopkins that day, but I did bet Noah Gray that.
But
day.
Noah Gray won. He hit his mark.
And who else did I tell you to bet on that day?
The
Hutch.
simulations say 22 receiving yards for DeAndre
Yeah,
Hopkins.
I'm taking the over. Like I know I got burned.
11 and a
This is
half.
coming from a guy that got burned. Like my asshole got burned. I'm still taking the over. Like they've got to get him involved.
11 and a
they
half.
have to.
Well, that's
too
literally
easy.
it could either be one catch or two catches.
It's too easy to get him involved.
For him to get that.
I mean, dude, it's his first Super Bowl. The guy's never been relevant in the playoffs, and they got to get him the ball.
I did a little side $5 bet for Hopkins to get 2 touchdowns in this game. I'd win $500 on $5. Like, I don't know. For me, I looked at it. I was like, dude, it's at the end of the day, it's still DeAndre Hopkins.
They got to get him involved.
And I'm not
Have
saying he's
to.
gonna get 2 touchdowns. I'm just saying like, hey, for $5 to win 500, yeah, I'll take that chance.
Who else you going to throw out there? Sky Moore? You're going to get Sky Moore involved? I heard they called him up one of those a few days back.
Well, here's the thing: if Sky
my
Moore can
gosh.
catch a touchdown in the Super Bowl, I think DeAndre Hopkins.
How about
can.
this? We'll use DeAndre Hopkins as a decoy, and then we'll throw it to Sky Moore.
Well,
multiple times.
that's
Is
where
that what they
Juju.
want?
That's where Juju shows up and comes into play.
Right.
So.
You know what's weird about D-Hop's stats here? So last 10 receptions, right? He's hit
Short throws.
8 out of 10. Okay, he's missed the 2 playoff games. Okay, so he even had. Or sorry,
Well, he didn't miss him.
he no,
didn't
not
have a
miss it. He missed the prop of receptions.
Right.
Right. He had 1 reception in the playoffs so far. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you look back, like he has 4, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 2. Didn't play against Denver, right? So like he had a lot of receptions there. But if you look at what was actually catchable, this here is showing me 1 ball of his was actually catchable,
Catchable.
like considered catchable. So like a lot of it's.
So it's a chemistry issue.
I don't know. It's weird
I
in the play, but his snaps are there.
don't know.
He had 31%
that.
of snaps against Houston. The Buffalo game doesn't give me jack shit for that one. It's kind of weird.
I don't know what to think of that. Well, who determines what's catchable? You
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah,
To me,
exactly.
that just seems kind of weird.
Some big stat guy, that's his job. You know.
Adam
Yeah.
Schefter, that's his job.
Yeah, legit. That's all it says.
I don't know.
11 and a half. So he's hit this prop.
Take the over, Tanner. Come on. That's
70%
not even a real
of the
question.
I
time.
mean, it's 1 catch, maybe 2.
That's not even a real question.
I'm
You
taking
know
the-
he's going over.
Look, they're begging you on the sports books to take it the under. They're begging you under 105, under minus 105, but you're favored minus 135 at Caesars for the over. Minus 110, that's actually the most positive here. Minus 120 at Fanatics. Minus 117 on DK. Guys, I'm taking the under.
Now that's the professional right there. That's
Okay.
why
I'm
we
taking
pay
the
him.
under.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Did you see what he just did there?
Sure. I mean,
He's just rolling through this shit like he's been
finding
doing it for
the
years,
best
man.
odds. He's finding the best odds, but I don't know, man. I just can't.
Passing
imagine.
yards total against
I respect
wide
your opinion,
receivers?
but I disagree with it.
I don't-
I'm going
This is
over.
the best team against passing yards against receivers.
Yeah, Tanner,
We
you know that
already
doesn't matter.
struggle
the defense
alone.
goes
Tanner,
out the
that
window,
doesn't matter.
bro.
You know that.
It does
the
matter.
defense
No,
is out
Tanner.
the
It
window.
does matter, guys.
Stop it.
Give me the
Patrick
under.
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. We already went over this shit.
He had 11
Oh,
yards
my
against
gosh.
Buffalo, for God's sakes.
Don't worry about
Buffalo.
it. That was okay. He had 1
Okay.
catch.
I don't care. Like it's it. It's not going D-Hop's way. We're taking the under.
So you think Vic Fangio has the tools that he needs to finally stop Patrick Mahomes from throwing it to whoever the hell he wants?
I think D-Hop's not on the target list.
That'd be the only way, man. And
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying
I
that
will say
shit
this:
at all, man.
snap count wise, Juju Smith-Schuster gets more snaps than DeAndre Hopkins
Fine.
does, and so does Hollywood Brown.
First time in the Super Bowl, Andy's going to get him the ball.
Last
Andy's
two
gonna
games-
get him
I
the
think so
fucking
too.
ball.
I think
His
so
snap
too.
percentage in the Houston game was 31%. I don't know what the Bills was, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been a weird thing with Hopkins and Casey, because when we first got Hopkins, the first few weeks he was used a lot,
Yes.
and the guy was making plays, and it's like all of a sudden things went weird at some point, and his usage went way down, and I don't really know why. But a lot of people are speculating that maybe there's an injury, hidden injury there that he's dealing with that we don't know about. He obviously had a LCL, I believe, injury with the Titans that he was recovering from, supposedly fully recovered. But to me, he looked good in what was that game? He had like 85 yards.
I'll tell you here.
Because to me, we've seen him look good.
90 yards
this season.
That was the Raiders game.
Raiders game. To me, he's looked good at points in this season. But
I'm gonna bet a Gurr. I think I'm gonna throw a Gurr.
You're talking about since he came into on our team.
I just look at it as I go, man, it's still DeAndre Hopkins.
Denver.
It's a Gurr.
The guy didn't forget how to play football.
Do you want to bet a Gurr on that?
29, 35, 90,
$1,000.
36, 37.
Would you go $1,000 or are you gonna go 500 on that shit?
This is not.
No,
You're not confident. You don't have the confidence that I have.
No, you're right. I'd probably put a couple hundred.
Couple hundred bucks.
Couple hundred at the most.
Gosh, man.
On that, because I got so many other bets going. Dude, I got so many bets going right now anyway. So it's like that's too much if I do that. So next on my list, guys, we got 3 more to do real quick. Dallas Goedert, under or over 49.5 receiving yards in the game. Simulations have 43 receiving yards.
I gotta go under.
Really?
Gotta go under.
Okay.
I just don't trust it, man. I believe in the Chiefs defense too much. I don't think they're gonna let him have that much. I'm gonna go under.
56, 85. That's your
You know,
playoffs.
Tanner's going over no matter what.
You got to take the over.
I'm taking it over as well.
I'm not.
No. AJ Brown, unreliable.
That's a sucker bet.
It's fine. Devontae Smith, figure your life out. Saquon's your only low. Like
that almost.
Get it out here. Like you don't have nobody else after the 2 main receivers. And Saquon.
When I play cards at the casino and I see all these sucker
Jahan
bets,
Dotson.
when I
He
see
ain't doing jack. You know this.
when I see all these sucker bets on the tables, that reminds me of a sucker bet.
This
right
is
there.
not a sucker
I
bet.
think it's going
And you know
under.
what? If you really
They
want,
move it up again. I'm looking at the TV channel. Over under now says 49.5.
let's do.
I'm still taking the over. I don't care. I'm taking the over on that regardless. But
I'll still have 48 here. That's the best bet. That's the
so
best bet.
I think Tanner, you and I love the over for Goddard on
Look,
this.
7 receptions, 4, 4, 4, 7. I'll take
Sure.
this all day.
Yeah, I like the over,
Love the over.
and I love that you think the defense is going to do their job.
I
but
do too.
Us against tight ends this year has not been good.
And the sports books want you to take the over. It's minus
I don't know.
105.
I know they do. That's why I took the under.
Okay,
Of course they want
got-
you to take the
I
over.
got
It's a
2
sucker bet.
I got 2 more. This is just a yes. My next 2 is just a yes/no, basically. So Xavier Worthy scores 54% of simulations. It scores a touchdown. Would you take him as an anytime touchdown scorer in this game?
Yeah.
I would. I'm a yes on that.
I'm all in.
All
I'm
right.
all in on that shit.
Yeah, 100%. Worthy his usage has been terrific. It's a lot.
Do you
like,
expect me to say no? Like he's my guy.
right, Mr. Baccarat?
He's my favorite player on the whole team.
He's
Well, we're all going to get Worthy jerseys pretty soon.
He's my favorite player on the
He
team.
has scored 5 out of the last 10 games.
Like I love Mahomes, but
Yeah.
Worthy is my favorite player.
Yeah, and Worthy's really done an amazing job coming on late, especially. But man, I've loved watching his progression as a player in this for this team. You know, seeing him improve as week after week, get better and better. Next on my list, we got AJ Brown. Same question. 58% of simulations say he'll score a touchdown. Is it yes or no for a
Yes.
touchdown for AJ Brown?
Yes.
I'll go no.
I'm going yes.
I'm gonna go no on that. He's gonna be on the sideline once again, reading all of his bullshit books, and
Well,
I don't know.
that
I don't know
means
what he
he's
does over
bored.
there.
That means he's bored.
they're not going to allow him to read his books, but he's going to be thinking about his books.
So
And he's not going to score a
I
touchdown.
have slight flashbacks to Matt Collins 2 weeks ago, having that catch over McDuffie, which just was literally just a size advantage. That's all it was. Nothing that McDuffie did wrong, really. It was just a size advantage.
The placement was right.
And the placement.
perfect.
A.J. Brown is one of those big physical receivers that matched up against McDuffie. As good as McDuffie is, can occasionally get beat against bigger receivers.
Yep. Yeah.
And
So I'm
5
gonna
out of
say
last 10?
I'm gonna say A.J. Brown is gonna get that done and get a touchdown at some point.
Yeah, I would say that the temptation is to just force feed him in the red zone, and I think they're going to overdo it. I just think that he's been so frustrated, I think, throughout the season that he hasn't been as involved as he wants to be. I think they're going to overinflate the issue, and I don't think he's going to get it done.
Okay. You think it's going to go to like Devontae Smith or I mean?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, if they get a passing touchdown at all, yeah, it'll go to Devontae Smith.
All right, Fesco.
Or no, Goddard. No, I would say if you get
Goddard might get one.
if you get the passing touchdown, it'll be Goddard or Smith. But I think if he tries to force the issue too much to A.J. Brown after you just sat there and you didn't use him the whole freaking year, I think that's going to be a mistake on his part. But I don't think A.J. Brown's going to get into the end zone unless it's a rushing touchdown. Now, I could see that.
I don't know if that would
If they do like an end around.
Okay.
But
Like as a trick,
You
like a
ain't doing
trick
that with
play.
A.J. Brown, though.
Yeah,
Why not?
That would
You're
surprise
not
me.
going to.
Why not? Like,
Because that's not what he does. He's not Debo.
but if you get desperate,
That'd be really desperate.
Maybe they have some surprise tush push trick play up their
surprise
sleeve where they
trick play.
suddenly hand it off to
I
AJ
don't
Brown.
think he's getting it, dude. I don't think he's going to receive a touchdown
Give me
pass.
A.J. Brown TD.
Okay. Yeah, I like both those. I like Worthy and Brown. They both get one in this game, so I like both of those.
What the
All right,
hell was
did you
that,
just burp
Tanner?
into the microphone, Tanner?
He's still
Did you
thinking about my gay question
fucker,
from earlier, man. Dude,
you are a stinky fuck. Tanner.
good gosh.
Fucker. He told me he was at dinner earlier.
That was awful. What the hell was that, man?
Sick fuck.
The hell was
Jesus
that?
Christ. What the hell's wrong with you? See, this is why we should have done the show at 5 before he fucking ate food.
That was awful, man.
We waited, he ate food, and
That
now
was
here we
so
are.
good.
Well, it used to come out of
He-
his ass.
Yeah, now it just.
He was thinking about the Deshaun Watson question that we were talking about earlier, man. The Robert Kraft
Why are you
bullshit
still
that we
coming
were
to
talking
that?
about
to
earlier,
that?
man.
I know what they prefer.
Because you love it, man.
I don't.
We asked you
I
a
do.
I'm
question
gonna buy
that
this guy a massage.
he had never thought that I would in 1,000 years. He never thought in 1,000 years that I would ask him that question. I put it to him live on the show,
I think it's a fair question.
and he freaking loved it. He loved it. He
Well,
ate it up, dude.
Given today's events,
No.
I think it's a
No.
fair
You
question.
loved it. You
No.
know you did.
No.
And now,
There's something wrong with you.
He
when
wants
you-
man hands on him.
when he wakes up in the morning, he could tell his wife, okay, this is what I would do if I was straight, and this is what I would do if I was gay. He's got both answers.
I think he
and
said a
neither
guy
one of
either
them are
way.
wrong,
Either
yeah.
way, he's what's a guy.
Right, he wants a guy.
Either way,
the top rope.
he wants to be penetrated.
Watch your mouth.
What the
I
hell
never.
did you just say?
By his
Hey.
hands, Tanner. By his hands.
That sounds even scarier.
I wasn't trying to. Hey,
Oh my god.
I wasn't trying to go that deep.
All right, all right.
I wasn't trying to go that deep.
He
That's what
wants
she said.
to be pounded.
Oh, that's what he said.
Let's keep
Tanner's
it up.
case.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, boys. Jesus Lord.
Oh Jesus! All right. Well, that's all I got for the prop bet questions. Do you guys have prop bets? You guys have one you want to do, or
We got easy money.
How
you do
about
have to do easy money?
That's a separate segment.
yes?
that is
Separate, man. Totally separate.
Tanner. Okay, before we move to easy money, do you guys have anything
Yes,
else?
I do.
Tanner's got something. Okay.
How about AJ Brown? 70.5 receiving yards.
Ooh, I love that. I'll take the under. I'll put a grand
70
on
and
that.
a half receiving for AJ Brown.
70.
I'll bet a
and
girl.
half.
I'll go
got a-
under.
wow.
I'm going under on that one.
I'm
What
going
do you guys
under.
think
as
of
well.
Nico Remigio getting a touchdown in this game? Any chance? Would you bet $5 on it?
Anytime TD, Remigio.
Oh,
What do you-
$5 to win you like 600.
You can get it on. FanDuel has it at 4,100.
4,100.
What?
Shit.
No, I'm not betting on that, man. That's a
$5?
sucker bet.
$5?
DK's
Sucker
20.
bet.
DK's 28.
Dude, if
and
Sky Moore can get a
FanDuel's
touchdown,
41.
then so can Nico.
Well, Sky's not going to get one.
No,
Actually,
what I'm-
Sky would
no,
get one before.
What I'm saying is, 2 years ago against the Eagles, Sky Moore caught his first ever touchdown in his
Well,
career.
okay, let's make it a 50-50 thing then. If you're going to flip a coin, I'm taking Sky Moore over Remigio.
To get a touchdown?
Yes.
Well, but I'm
all day
saying
long.
it would come on a punt return or something like that.
Well, Sky Moore's would come on behind the back pass like they did in training camp that one year.
Ooh, dude, what if Mahomes busted out behind the back in this game? That'd be
This
crazy.
is the type of game where you would see it, and it would go to Sky Moore, which is the exact reason why they called his ass up.
He won't be playing in this game. So.
All right.
All right.
Last two here, because I'm curious for you guys. Longest rush. So this is longest yards in a single rush attempt. Okay.
Okay.
Which one do you pick to go over 13.5 yards? Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts? In a single rushing attempt.
Is that a
Mahomes.
bet?
I'm
Is
gonna
that
go
That's a real bet.
Mahomes.
So they're both at 13.5, both at -110 on the over.
So what happens if neither one of them do it? Then you just get your money back.
No,
No,
you lose the bet.
You lose your money.
It's an over/under bet. Like they're the same yards.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the same yards.
And the over's the same odds.
Ooh, yeah.
The longest
that's
rush.
Tough, man. That's tough. That's a tough one.
If it helps you any, Mahomes has hit that 3 times.
That's tough,
in the last
bro.
10. And Jalen Hurts
but
has hit that.
playoff Mahomes rushing, that was different.
Jalen Hurts has hit that last 10 60% of the time, and that was outside of Washington's game when I told you he was hurt. He hit that all the way till the ball.
I'm not making that bet at all.
I think both of them.
That's an awful.
I think
bet.
both of them can do it though. Both of them.
Yeah,
can
they
do it.
both can do it, but they also both probably won't do it. That's a difficult bet.
Can I not just say that I think they both do it?
Yeah, you can say it.
Just both. Both of them probably get that.
I was trying to see which one you guys would rather see.
Well, I would say Mahomes has a better chance because he's not viewed as a running quarterback. I would say Mahomes would have a better chance.
Right, it's going to come on a scramble, not a designed run.
So if I was going to take either one, I would take Mahomes for sure.
All right, cool. All right.
Do you have one more, Tanner? Or was that?
No, that's it. That's all.
Okay.
I don't have to do it anymore.
All right. Well, let's jump into easy money picks.
It's easy money bet time.
Give us the recap, Tanner, because I want to know where I'm at for the season. How much money I made people out there listening. If you had followed me,
of the week.
If you had followed me on every bet since September, how much money you'd be up?
I'm not calculating all that.
Give him the goddamn stats,
You're
Tanner.
such an idiot.
I'm the best.
He stole my thunder.
Best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. God damn it!
Shut up.
Easy money bet of the week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we reset 2 shows ago because it's postseason. We got past the regular season, and it was a new year. So, since January 15th, ladies and gentlemen, we have done 2 shows. Okay.
Yeah.
And JG is 101. JG's 101, guys. Here we go.
I like
Good
it.
job.
What am I?
The last 2 shows, you're 1-1 on picks.
So he took
50-50.
the last show we had. He took the Bucks -5 against the Heat. The rare time that the Bucks covered a spread because they do not cover very well.
So the NBA is what the NBA. When I switch to the NBA, that's when things go right.
Okay.
Because I actually have a little bit of knowledge about sports.
Sure.
certain things.
So JG's 101. That's
it's very specialized.
He's 50% so far this new year, post year. So 50%. Mike, you had Philly Washington over 47.5. I think that hit just a little bit.
Yeah,
just barely over.
Just
barely over on that game there, so that you're 2-1 with a 67% winning percentage there. Myself, I had a Saquon anytime TD. He hit that, maybe a couple times on that one. But Amari Cooper showed up, guys. Amari Cooper showed up for the Bills. So I lost that bet. The under 16.5 yards that he's been hitting for who knows how long. He ended up hitting 33 yards. So
Tanner, for the whole season, what was my percentage?
Know. God damn it.
No, I was killing it. I destroyed it this year.
I wasn't calculating everything.
No, we need to know the full season because this is where we kind of like end it for.
I ended after the regular season.
That doesn't make it okay. What was my regular season then?
Hold on.
Because then we just add 2 or 3 more bets to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
Dude, I destroyed it this year. I mean, I do every year. I mean, I'm over 50% every single year we've done the show.
Yes, you are over 50%.
Every single year I've been over 50%.
With the playoff so far and the regular season, you're 68%.
That's pro sports betting.
It's not nice enough.
No, but that's pro sports better.
Yes.
Type level.
But that's not nice enough.
68% for all my bets for the whole season.
For betting once a week. Yeah, not bad.
No, but if you're laying down, like, say you're laying down $5,000 on that,
on the once a week,
that's pro sports bet level right there.
Well, you get 69 and it'll be nice enough. So figure it out, dude.
All right.
And then, like I said, myself with Amari Cooper not covering his under 16.5 that he actually didn't hit. That puts me at 4-2 for the year, and that also puts me at a 67% winning percentage. So we are now entering our third show for the postseason here, and of course it's Super Bowl time. And I, God forsake, hope we got Super Bowl bets out here, guys. For it all,
I've got a lot. I got a lot of. I'm not a parlay. I'm not gonna push parlays on you guys, but I've got a lot of parlays just because it's fun. I don't know. I'm just checking
I mean,
around.
I'll have my handful, but probably not.
We
like
always
the
encourage
extremes.
straight bets, guys out there listening. Do
Yes,
straight
God
bets.
forsakes,
do
man.
straight bets. Don't do
don't
parlays.
do any gays. Don't do
what?
any gays.
That is not what we're
Tanner
talking
like
about.
gay bets.
Wow, this is not what we're talking about.
Oh,
Gays?
okay, never mind.
I thought earlier we went over the gay
What is
thing.
wrong with you, dude?
What is wrong?
What's wrong with you?
You're really
you-
stuck on this.
do you hate
topic,
gays?
dude.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Are you having trouble today?
You want to talk about LeBron James? Is that what
Jesus
you're
Christ.
going?
No.
You want to go Jordan versus LeBron?
See
Let's
what
do
he
it
does.
right now.
Right away,
Do
because he says something you hate.
Right, because
There we go. JG,
he wants no part of that.
give me
dude.
your
He wants no
easy
part of that.
money bet of the week.
I'm gonna do something that you guys have never seen before in like the last 24 months. I'm gonna give you 2 freaking bets, and the right thing to do right now is to go NBA because you guys love my NBA picks. So I'm looking at tomorrow games, boys.
Goddamn Super Bowl
NBA
show.
pick.
Tomorrow
Are you
games,
fucking
boys.
kidding me?
I'm
Jesus
doing Super
Christ.
Bowl.
Are you kidding me?
I'll do Super Bowl, but the people want the money. The people want money. We need to come
True.
through for them.
So you better be fucking right.
Okay. Here,
These better
let's
not
get
be
it lined
bullshit
up.
picks either. I swear to God.
And just for the record, this is not financial advice, boys and girls. Not financial advice. Read the disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. I've got the
Everybody.
Spurs are playing at Orlando. Orlando is favored -1.5. Okay, Spurs just got De'Aaron Fox, so they can basically beat anybody at this point. So give me the Spurs, okay, +1.5. So don't worry about that. You can take it to the bank. And then for my
Wait.
second one,
Sorry, Spurs -1.5.
no, I got Spurs +1.5
Okay, where versus who?
against the Magic. That's tomorrow's game.
Okay.
Then we're going to do the Super Bowl, okay? You guys are going to think that I'm just giving up, which I am. But I'm going to go Kelsey anytime touchdown +145. And this is how we count it out. You heard my disclaimer, okay? Not financial advice.
Oh, you
but
don't have two NBA picks?
no, heck no. You read my disclaimer, okay? This is not financial advice, but you bet with the Buffoons. This is how we roll, boys, right here. That's how we roll. You bet with us, you start to count out hundreds like this, right? What do you guys think about that?
Did you make your damn pick?
You got to make 100? You want 100? How many hundreds do you want, Mike? How many hundreds?
Good Lord.
How many freaking hundreds do you want, Mike? You
Looks to me
want-
like, are you going to the casino
We're
right
gonna
now?
bet. We're gonna
Is that
bet
what you're
it
doing
right
tonight?
now, dude.
Your ass
Bet
is,
it right
no,
now.
His ass is going to the casino.
Dave said homophobia betting.
Yeah, homophobia betting. Bet against the gays, right, Jason?
Well, yeah. If you're Tanner, that he doesn't like.
Starsky.
No, Tanner wants a
Stop
man's
it.
hands on.
You
Stop.
want- he
Stop
did.
this.
Oh, I didn't know that, man.
He
I
wants
missed.
the gays.
Quit it.
I missed out on that. Here we
God,
go.
you guys are
All right,
ridiculous.
you guys, just make your picks. I'm gonna count.
Starsky
I'm gonna
said
start counting this money.
the
Jesus Christ.
pro bettors don't even hit Mike's percent.
Yeah, no, they don't. 68%, and then if I hit these two tonight, for the game, I mean, shit, that's gonna put me over 70.
Yeah.
I got 2 picks for this game.
So
So,
won't be nice.
all right, did he do both of his picks?
I did.
All right, I wasn't even listening.
think
I've got the Spurs.
I was watching TV. All right.
I got Travis Kelsey.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown and the Spurs.
All right. Good enough. All right. I got a couple for you guys. This is going to be different than I've ever done before on this one. My first one off the list is George Karlaftis to get over a quarter of a sack. Yes, you can find that for basically even money right now on DraftKings or whatever your
Free.
favorite
It's
betting
free
site
money.
is right now.
Free money, right?
Quarter
there.
of a sack for George Karlaftis.
Count it
And
out.
the reason being, as I mentioned earlier in the show, was that because and due to Jalen Hurts holding on to the ball longer than most quarterbacks, in fact, one of the slowest time to throw quarterbacks in the NFL, consistently slowest, if it matches perfectly with the way George Karlaftis rushes the passer. He's one of those guys who the coverage sack phenom in a lot of ways, you know. And so that is George Karlaftis to a T right now. But we need that still. We need that guy that's relentless and doesn't give up on a play. So Karlaftis to get over a quarter of a sack, which means he could even get a half a sack. Say he gets a sack paired up with Mike Dana, you know, still you win that bet. So just get half a sack for George Karlaftis, and you win that money. So that's my first bet on here. My second one is more traditional. Tanner, I know I saw on the TV earlier that they moved it up, but I had 48.5. I'm hoping that's still a line somewhere on the over-under in this game, and I still love the over, 48.5. So those are my two picks for this game. As I do think this is still going to be kind of a high-scoring game. So 48.5 for me on the over, and then also the Karlaftis to get half a sack.
Gotcha. All right, guys, for my picks here, I got 3 picks for you. We got KC total points over 25.5 team points. You can get that plus money right now on DK. I believe it's plus 105, plus 110. So I'll take that positive money. I think we score at least 28, so I'll take that. Xavier Worthy, anytime touchdown. And then Jalen Hurts under 211.5 passing yards. So I really want to put A.J. Brown in that mix as well, under 70.5. You can put that as a bonus bet, but yeah, I'm not going to count it towards my stuff. So that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen, for easy money bets this week.
So, Tanner, are you worried that since Jason's got like $3,000 laying around that someone's going to break in right now?
I mean, I'll just
It's not a lot of money.
point to where the money's at. And
I was just wondering.
That's a small amount of
they're,
money.
was-
That's
there
why
was
we-
not
one-
going to take none of my stuff.
There was one time on screen that you got paranoid about money coming out here because you thought someone was going to hack
that
into
wasn't it.
us
No.
and someone's going to break in the house.
No, you guys took that the wrong way.
He was worried that a
Remember that?
female masseuse was going to show up and try to massage him. And he doesn't want a female touching his balls. That's what that was about.
Oh, God.
Because, you know,
Yeah, Tanner. It's about $500 worth of bullshit here.
no, I wanted to throw the money out there because we make good picks on this show. I just want you guys to get in on this shit. I want you guys to make money. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is not financial advice. Like, this is for entertainment purposes only. Like, my attorneys, all of our attorneys make us say this every single time. Not financial advice. You're probably going to lose. But if you want to roll with the Buffoons, this is how we roll right here.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So you're gonna
Friggin' do it.
You're gonna put all that on Xavier Worthy,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Xavier Worthy, baby.
Mr.
Come on.
Baccarat.
Get it over with.
All right, man. Well, what else you guys got for me today before we get the hell out of here?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. Are you sure you want to ask that?
I regret already asking that. As a matter of fact.
All right, Tanner.
Just know before all the football fans get out of here, I'm wearing the jersey of my favorite team. Right here. Underneath. That is the true favorite team. So what happens is, during the game, I cannot wait for my favorite team to show up and throw down their little yellow hankies, because I'm going to take off this jersey and be parading around, celebrating the real fans, the real people of this team, which is those zebras.
All right, Tanner. So, just to be clear, nobody really cares about the NBA trade deadline, but they do care about one trade that happened, which was Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. What you got for me on that? What do you think's going to happen?
What I think is going to happen?
Like, who's going to win? Who's going to win the trade?
Well, it's already
Who's going to have the most impact for their team?
it's already won. First off, the Lakers already won that trade. So you have a 27-year-old superstar that carried a bum Dallas Mavericks team last year to the finals, right? And we seen him do it against good teams.
He's only
too.
20. He's 25 right now.
27.
Actually. Who, Luka?
Pretty sure he's 27.
Luka's 25 right now. He'll turn 26.
Oh shit, yeah, 25. I missed.
He'll be 26 at the end of this month.
That's what it was. So, yeah, no, I think I think the Lakers won this thing because you already seen Luka prove it in the playoffs. I mean, he beat the Suns single-handedly a couple years ago. There's not much really to talk about. I mean, everybody's going to try to hype up AD. The GM's going to get canned in Dallas after this year, and yeah, dude, it's and Jason Kidd might leave for all I know. So it's gonna be a shit show there. But yeah, Lakers won already.
Yeah, I think Lakers definitely won the trade. I was very disappointed in the fact that the Mavericks couldn't at least get both of those draft picks. I mean, if they could have got both draft picks that the Lakers had to offer, the first rounders, then you could kind of make the case, okay, well, they gave up the older player, but they also, gave up a couple of draft picks at the same time.
Dallas could have got a shit ton more if they would have shopped him around.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like
I'm just saying,
settled. He's settled. Him and his buddy there in L.A., they settled on this trade. They're like, oh, well, we want a first rounder, and we'll take AD's contract off your hand. Like that. And we don't want to pay Luka, who can't get it anymore, the max of 364. So they say they didn't want to pay that money at all. So that's how they're just getting rid of it.
Yeah, and I think that's a different story. That's kind of overblown in the fact that everybody's out there saying that, oh, he lost, the Mavericks cost him $100 million.
Yeah,
that's not really true because he's going to make that up in endorsements just because he's in L.A. now.
It's
not
going to hurt him.
Yeah,
but it's still a deal.
It's going to motivate him to play better for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it wasn't going to put the Lakers, it wasn't going to move the needle for the Lakers this year. I thought that maybe they could win a championship next year, but LeBron's getting old, dude. So LeBron's getting at the end of his run. I thought when they made the trade, I was like, well, they're not going to do anything. Like, it's just Luka is going to carry the torch. Like, LeBron is going to pass the torch to Luka, but nothing's really going to happen in terms of championships until they made the Mark Williams deal. And a lot of people out there, they never heard the name Mark Williams. He's not a household name. Dude, the guy is a freaking stud. He's a freaking stud. And he's only like 20, I think Mark Williams is only like 23 years old.
He's a first-year guy.
And he's averaging...
Out of Duke?
Yeah, so he's 23 years old. He's averaging 15 and 10 with 1.2 blocks on 60% field goal percentage. And so the Lakers are a threat this year. Yeah. It's weird.
Third-year guy.
It feels weird for me to say that, but the Western Conference, to me, just feels kind of weak this year. It's just weaker than it normally is because Memphis right now, I think, is the number 2 seed. Denver, I don't think Denver's really going to do anything because they got Jokic and, but Jamal Murray is banged up right now.
Denver's just playing with their food right now. Like, they're just sitting here like, maybe we'll play, maybe we'll not. I mean, really, in the end, we all know who the favorite is and who should be the favorite.
It's OKC.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like when you look at Denver, is Jamal Murray really that healthy? He's got a banged up knee. And when you look at OKC, is Chet Holmgren. We don't know the extent of his health right now because he's been out for a long time. So if you have a Denver team that's not 100%, you have an OKC team that's not 100%, at what point do you say, okay, the Lakers might actually be the favorite to come out of the West?
No.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm telling you right now, with those 3 guys, I'm telling you that is a big 3. With LeBron, Luka, Mark Williams, they're going to cause some problems in the West. I don't think they're going to beat OKC, but they're capable of beating everybody else.
I mean, it really depends how healthy Luka is come playoff time. In the end,
Luka's always healthy for the playoffs.
I'm just saying, like, if Luka is allowed to play his style of basketball, and then you add a little bit of LeBron James with that mix and Reeves and Mark Williams, it could be a scary combo. But do I like them? I mean, Chet just came back tonight for Oklahoma City and had a freaking fantastic, outstanding game. Put up the stats big time when they beat.
And that's fine.
Toronto.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they're probably not going to beat OKC this year, but they could beat everybody else. That makes you a threat. If the Lakers get to the Western Finals this year, yeah, watch out next year. But the question for me is it too late? Is the LeBron James window, is it going to be closed by next year? Is he too old? And we're going to have a debate about this later, but a lot of people like to talk about LeBron versus Jordan. What are you going to do if LeBron is as he is right now, which is the second best player on his own team? We never saw a team. You brought up the Wizards. You were trying to figure out if Jordan.
Team.
You tried to figure out if Jordan was ever the second best player on his own team. That never happened.
That was a horrible team.
LeBron James right now is the second best player on his own team.
Yeah.
Nobody can even argue. I would challenge any of my listeners out there to argue that he is not the second best player on his own team right now. So even if he wins a championship,
there's a debate about it. Yeah.
Even if he wins a championship, that does nothing for his GOAT status because Luka is going to carry him the entire way there.
If you're still comparing LeBron and Jordan to this day.
Oh, I'm not. I never compared those two.
So then there's no argument.
Yeah, there's no argument.
No, look, I don't think the Lakers window is closed this year, mainly because they did something that a team like Phoenix could have done. Instead, they went out and paid these big name guys for a bunch, and then had a bunch of bums behind them, right? And Lakers actually did something right, of where they didn't go out and pay another big name on top of Luka. They went out and got a center that will play defense, and as well, he can score, he can play, he can rebound. It's kind of what you need, and you got a couple other guys for the bench. Like, you actually got depth there. Like, these guys, there's a reason why they're 8-2. Not with these guys particularly, but they're 8-2 already, momentum. And Houston, do we trust Houston to compete? I think in Minnesota, do we trust Ant-Man to continue to score 50 points a freaking game? No, I don't. I don't anticipate any of this stuff here. I think the Lakers are definitely going to compete for the Western title, but do I think that they're the top two teams in the league and in the West? No, I don't.
Yeah, you brought up the defense, and that's why when that AD and Luka trade first happened, I was like, oh my gosh, the Lakers just gave up all of their defense. They are trash. Defensively, they're not going to be able to stop anybody. I was like, when that trade happened, I wrote them off for the whole season. But then you bring in a guy like Mark Williams, and I'm just like, okay, now I understand the plan.
They kind of got it a little
now you've got a rim protector, you got some defense out there. But I do find it interesting that LeBron in his last game put up 42, 17, and 8, which is just ridiculous. And I'm looking at those numbers, and I'm just like, wow, does he really think that since Luka is not playing yet for them, that might have been the last signature LeBron game that you'll ever see in his life?
It won't be the last.
That was the last. I'm telling you right now, that was his last game being the best player on his own team.
I mean,
that you will ever see.
He still has tomorrow. I believe tonight or tomorrow, one of the two.
I think he's getting out. I think he's getting it out of his system right now because he knows from now on he's the second best player on the court.
Honestly, I think he might be a little relieved. I mean, what, you got AD down there? Like,
he's going to be relieved if he gets a championship, but they still got some work to do.
You should be relieved now. The pressure's gone.
Yeah,
it's not gone.
I mean,
I don't want to say it's gone. God for sakes, it's not gone. But
the pressure's gone because he's already.
You got a deathbed. I don't think that's worried about him. I don't think he goes into the game saying, "Oh, I'm the second best player on the team."
I think the pressure is gone because he is already the self-proclaimed greatest player in the history of the game.
Everybody's
he's already said that out loud with his own voice. So if you take that into account, the pressure is already off.
Everybody.
He already believes he's the greatest.
Mike thinks he's the best at freaking betting, right? And we all know where that stands. Okay.
We started this show in 2020.
Well, he's pretty good at fantasy.
Really going to come out of nowhere?
He's good at fantasy football.
On betting?
I was trying to see if you were paying attention.
No, I as soon as you said Mike betting, I'm like, we started the show in 2020, and ever since that year, we've been tracking our bets every single year. Seasonal year with football at least. we've been tracking our bets, and I've been over 500 the entire
Mike.
time, every
Yes,
single
Mike.
season.
Yes.
This season, this season I think is my best.
Yes, Mike.
But I've always been like 60% as a bettor for all my easy money picks.
Yes, Mike. I know.
And sports
just
betting,
saying.
I'm aware.
Like,
but
frickin'
sports betting is
pro
his
sports
strength.
bettors wish they could do what I do.
Like, to be fair,
Once a week, yeah.
sports betting
Yeah.
is his strength.
Yes.
And nobody's
Well,
going to argue that around here.
Particularly NFL betting.
Definitely not college.
That's true.
College, no. No. I love college football, man, but like I'm not as good at that.
Definitely not college.
But I am very, very good at NFL
But
betting.
no, like it's here. That's the thing, though. It's like I get LeBron. I get everybody else is going to look at the the star players and where they rank and all that. But I guarantee you, these guys are just going to the court and they're hoping to gel quickly and be able to compete. Because, like I said, Lakers are in a good spot right now. But there's also a team that made a lot of moves that I think really good moves that could be an impact, and that's Sacramento down there in the last team of the play-in game right now. I think they adding in the big man, adding in Levine. These guys could be I'm not saying
Tanner,
they
you
will,
woke me up from my
potential threat.
sleep for this. Just to say that, then go right back into
Tanner
it.
likes to talk
You
about
bastard.
small market
You
teams.
are a bastard.
Like, I'm
No,
a Spurs
you
fan.
woke me
and
up.
still
I was
don't
trying
wanna,
to take a nap. You woke me up just so you could go right back into Levine and bullshit,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
I don't want to hear that shit.
Like, I'm a Spurs fan, and I still don't want to talk about
I don't want
small
to talk
market
about that
teams.
bullshit.
But he loves Sacramento.
I
over
love
there.
small market teams.
It's fine. I mean, they the thing about it is like they knew that De'Aaron Fox was gone anyway.
Correct.
And I feel like they did a
I like-
phenomenal job.
Yeah, I like the trade.
phenomenal job based on the fact that they knew that he was going to be gone. So you replace the scoring, Zach LaVine,
Yeah.
and then you got Jonas Valanciunas. It's going to be an entertaining team. They're not going to win anything,
No,
They're
they won't
not
win
gonna,
a title or anything.
But
They can make it
let's see
interesting
if they
on
can
the
make it
play-ins.
to the Final Four. Maybe, who knows? Final 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Spurs won that freaking trade, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
But
they got a good team.
I think Sacramento did the right thing and they got some pieces.
Yeah, they did.
They
Yeah.
got some pieces.
I agree. So yeah, no, Lakers probably won't win it. Not top 2 team for me right now in the West, but
Hey,
We're
great-
gonna
they'll
do
compete.
we're gonna
They'll
do Mike a
compete.
favor though. We're gonna do Mike a favor and not talk about the Suns until after the Super Bowl.
there's
Yeah,
nothing to talk
we'll
about.
do it in
the
like
Suns.
two
Oh
weeks.
yeah, there's a
There's
whole lot
zero
of
to
shit.
talk about the Suns.
Not right now,
No,
but
no,
after the
since-
Super Bowl, we
no,
got a shitload
legit,
to
no,
talk
there's
about.
zero to
Since
talk
it's-
about.
Oh,
especially-
you want to talk
well,
about it? You know it.
Especially
dude.
since Butler didn't go there, there's no point even talking
There's
about it at this point.
zero.
They got a big 3.
Guess what?
No,
There's a
they
big
don't.
three
They don't
over
have a big
Guess
three.
what? Guess what? They got no bench still. They still got no bench.
Oh
So-
man,
They've given up. Right now it's halftime, or it was halftime. It was tied.
Yeah,
their
that's
current
that's
game, so.
impressive.
With that roster they put out today, yeah. Well, whatever. I'm not too worried about it. But the good news is, guys, is that so going forward here after this week. So Tanner, did you just
What the
burp?
hell was that,
stinky
dude?
fucker?
that
How
was
many-
a burp.
Dude, where did you fucking go? Where
That's
did you
his
go
breath.
today, you sticky fuck?
Where's Red Door?
That's his
Red
breath.
Door? This fucker, we're supposed to go to Red Door if we win on
Yeah,
Monday.
I'm going to Red Door Monday.
Did you
too.
notice that his breath smells like a fart?
It's
his
not
breath,
a fart.
like
It's
he
not
just
a fart.
burped.
It's
As
not
I
a
said,
fart.
this guy used to
That
ruin
is
couches.
nasty.
This guy used to ruin couches.
It's not fart. This is a burp.
He used to. There was a couch he ruined one time, back in the day. It was,
Now
that was
all of a
fucked up.
sudden, I feel like I'm clean switching to the white bath
Jack.
towels.
Hey, the
I
good-
feel
you
like I'm the
have-
cleanest guy of the three of us.
You
now,
have
all of a
Genesis
sudden.
Pure. You have the liquid cleanse.
I like to clean myself.
You have the liquid
regularly.
cleanse. You could
This
do.
guy needs to switch to the white towel.
You could always do. You could always do the enema. I have a friend that does an enema.
Oh, I know people. Yeah, I know people that do that. That's not for me, man. That's not for me. But here's a good question for you guys. Would you rather, before we end the show, would you rather do the enema or would you rather have a male give you a massage?
No.
Would you? Which one is it, Mike?
There it is.
That's not a question for him.
I would rather do the enema.
Ooh, see, I'm letting the guy. I'll
you
let the
serious?
dude. Yeah, I'll let the dude.
You
touch
wouldn't
me.
do an enema on yourself. You'd
As
rather,
a
you'd rather
straight.
have a guy give you a massage.
I'm going to imagine that I'm straight, which I am right now. So
Right
as
now?
a straight guy,
As
a
of right
straight
now,
guy,
he's straight. As of right
As
now.
of right now, I'm straight. I'm going to let a male touch me on a massage before I
Before
do
you
the
do
enema.
the enema?
I do not. I want no
Dude,
part of the
The
enema.
enema's a personal thing. You don't have to touch anybody.
I don't want
You
any
touch
part
yourself.
of that, dude. No, I don't want to touch myself. Not in that way.
But you'd rather have the guy touch you instead
I'll
of the
touch
enema?
myself in certain ways, but not like that.
You'd rather have the guy. See, I just, when it comes to massages, no, I got to have a female massage. Masseuse.
Sure.
Masseuse.
Yeah, we've already
Female
been
masseuse.
over that.
No, I'm saying like I'd rather, I don't know. You guys both gave in. You guys both want guys to be touching you.
I did. I gave in.
I don't
I
know what
gave
it would
into
take
it.
for me to
You
give in.
guys have tried
I don't.
this
Here's the thing.
completely wrong.
And I'm not trying to be weird about it. I just
don't
really
know
Let
what-
you
prefer.
guys say it.
I would
I
really
don't-
prefer a woman to
So
do the
wrong.
massage.
Bro, I don't even know what an enema means. I don't know what that word means.
It just cleans out your asshole. You love that.
I don't want that. I'd rather have a guy.
That's such a Jason thing too.
I'd rather have a guy touch me and give me a massage. I don't
he
want
wants
things.
the enema.
I don't
He
want
wants-
things up my asshole. That's just me. You know, that's just me.
You
Not
could
my
do a
bag, man. Not my bag.
Coffee enema comes in. You just
No, I don't want
spray
that.
it in
I
there.
want no part of
I'll
that.
spray it. Just stick it in there for a minute.
No,
You just cool it down. You don't. It's not hot. You just cool it down first, and then you put it in there.
no.
Spray it
no, that's,
Spray it up in your ass.
Are we done, guys?
I'm
Are we
not doing
done?
it. No,
Are we
that's
done?
not for me.
Are we done?
Not my bag.
Look, this is all Justin Tucker's fault. That's all I can say is that
It really is.
Justin Tucker created this conversation.
It
Yeah,
really
he did.
is.
He did.
So-
It's his fault.
All right. Well, do we have any comments, Tanner? You took the comment screen down, so I don't know who's been saying what.
No, nobody's. He's only gay on Thursdays. What Dave said. So
Oh, I used to play that game in high school.
We could have
Yeah,
that. That sounds like a topic for the next show. Like, is there
What?
a certain day of the week out of 7 where you feel more gay than the others? That's a topic, isn't it?
all right, let's get out.
We could bring that
I
up.
don't know.
Let's get out of here.
I don't know.
Now,
Alright.
maybe we'll stick with
Guys,
the national day. The national day.
We're
of
gonna
the
plan
year.
on being back next Wednesday, and then we'll go to an every other week schedule. So
Yeah. So the plan is, so what? I think next Wednesday.
every other
Win
week.
or
Am I
lose.
getting fired?
No, we're
You guys
Jason,
fired
you
me.
already got canned
in the
dude.
off season. No.
What the heck?
So we're coming up on the off season, where we're gonna, at least with basketball, we're gonna have lots to talk about every 2 weeks, and then baseball.
Yeah, draft.
We got the draft and everything. So
Oh, that's
we got
right.
lots to
Yeah,
cover.
we did that
Madness.
last year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're going down to every 2 weeks.
So it's gambling season. You mean I can go to the casino whenever
Yeah,
I want?
whenever you
That's
want.
unbelievable.
Nobody's
man.
gonna stop
Remember
you.
what happened last year?
What?
We got him finally on time, and then we did the every other week, and then
Oh, I went on a tear in the
He-
casinos,
he
dude.
was-
I destroyed their ass.
like every other week he wouldn't go on the off week. He would go back on it as the
Oh
on week.
yeah, I remember that.
And
Dude,
we
I
wait till
destroyed.
9
Yeah,
o'clock.
The weekends the weeks we weren't doing a show,
He
I
wouldn't go.
you would
destroyed,
go.
dude.
But then we were doing the show, you'd go up.
I
there.
just- destroyed the
show up at
casinos,
9
man.
o'clock
Right.
every freaking time.
I
No, I
destroyed
remember
the
that.
casinos.
Yeah.
I'll do that again this year.
Yeah, how about
too,
you
so.
destroy them on the off weeks? Destroy them on the weeks we're not doing a show.
All right, let's finish it up.
Well, I feel pretty wrapped up, man. I gave my thoughts, gave my feelings, and told everyone how I kicked ass in betting all year, and just this is it. This is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week.
Now, is that your gay chop? Is this now?
Hey,
Clark Hunt
go.
says you need to hold your fist like this.
Go Chiefs.
Clark Hunt says it's like this.
Go Chiefs.
He holds his
like you're-
fist.
like you're banging a
Hopefully
drum.
we're not
Okay.
disappointed next
You're
week,
banging a
guys.
drum.
Is that like the Washington Skins?
Put in the comment
Is that
what you
their-
think your
Clark
scores
Hunt
are.
says bang the drum like this.
I'll catch you guys next
So
time.
you can get really used to
See you
this,
guys.
doing this like that, like Clark Hunt wants. He told you to do that.
I like it. I'll
You
do
think
it.
doing the
I'll
chop
do
like
it.
that.
I'd rather do that than have a.
I like the straight away chop.
I'd rather do that than a female touch me.
Close fist.